Hello everybody. So I wanted to talk a little bit about contrast today and also gallery ready art. When art needs to be ready for a gallery, what do you need to do? So the first thing I want you to look at, this is a new painting that I'm working on. It's a 30 by 40 and you can see like where the light source is here. It's a little bit darker here. You have light, water, darker. You have contrast, highlight, contrast, highlight. The light source up here in the sky is light. So you've got a little bit of light source here. What makes paintings pop is there's a lot of contrast and a lot of highlights. So you want to make sure that you have your darks, with your lights. Earth tones are really, really great. Galleries like a lot of the earth tones. They don't like a lot of blue. They don't like a ton of black. When you use white, you can mix white with other colors and then use the white final as like your final highlight if you need it. But none of this actually has like direct white on it. It's all mixed with colors. And it's really nice to mix, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors together just to see what you can get. Gallery owners, they like, unique color sets, and they know when you're using colors right out of the tube. So you can see here on the side, we gallery wrap it right here with a solid color, and you have to do 3 or 4 coats. That's a 1.5 inch gallery wrap canvas. We also have to varnish the top of it. And I use a non-toxic Liquitex varnish to protect it, also so it doesn't fade. And it also brings out the colors and makes it look a little bit richer. So that's one 30 by 40 that I'm working on. I'm just going to show you a couple others that are going into a gallery in August that I'm really excited about. I do a lot of rocks. I love rocks. So I do all kinds of rock things. So this is a creek setting. You have the major focal point here, which, is where you want your eye to go. And so you always concentrate on what distracts my eye, and then you can kind of minimize those or shrink them, kind of wash them out if you want. So I've got a lot of rich greens. I've got the nice contrast of the white water with the darker tones. You can see there's purple in here where the water is, and I put little tiny rocks underneath, just a little bit of color. And you can also dry brush, take a brush with very little paint. You can wash over a little bit, make it a little bit misty, but there's all these tiny rocks in the water. And again, you've got the gallery wrap there. You want to make sure that you don't see any streaking on the gallery wrap, that it's a solid color. They don't like it when, the gallery owners don't like it when, you can see different colors and different streaks and stuff. They want to make sure that, it's very, very solid. So that's another 30 by 40. And I have one more I'm going to show you. Again, more rocks. I love my rocks. More rocks. Okay. So you have another painting here. I like the Oregon coast. I like the Pacific Northwest, so I do a lot of that. Again, you have your contrast with your highlight, your light water. You have your light source here. The sky is orange. Sometimes you can do like, orange highlights in the water too. But I chose to just light up the water its natural color, which is sort of like the water in Canada Beach is kind of like a green. So when the light hits it, sometimes you just get like a green color. You don't necessarily get, a rich sunset color. You can do highlights of orange on it. You can do, whatever you want. You're an artist. It doesn't have to be about realism. It could just be about creative expression. It's nice to get a little bit messy at the beginning, creatively express yourself, and then, you can do other things. Rocks are fun because it's just highlight and contrast. You can see all the rocks on here. And it's just, you can see the contrast, right? It's just contrast, a little bit of dark with a little bit of highlight. And they're really fun, and they don't have to be, organized, or rocks can be anything. I always say nature is all things. People say, is this right? And I always say, there's no such thing as right in nature. Nature is all things. And so I let people sort of, try not to judge people when they're creating, and make sure that, they feel supportive and cared for, and that they can do their own thing, and there's no right way to do it. So anyway, I'm going to be painting some landscapes too with you, and we're going to be painting together and, getting some gallery stuff ready so you can see my painting process and what I go through. So please click to subscribe, and I'll be doing some future videos, and we'll be painting together and having some fun. So I hope you enjoyed looking at some of my gallery art, and I look forward to painting with you. Thank you.